Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Dahlia Shafine here. Today, I want to talk about pressure. Pressure produces purpose. Pressure produces purpose. And what I want to say in that is after pressure is applied, purpose can be produced. And I'm not saying that you need trial and, tribulations in order to produce purpose, but sometimes when the pressure has been applied, purposes come from that. Like when you squeeze a lemon, you get juice out of it. Once you apply pressure to it, you produce something. Now, it's not saying that what is produced may be of good or evil, but it says in the Bible that all things work out for the good of those that love the Lord, that are called according to his purpose. So what I want to say in this, and that's just like the three Hebrew boys in the Bible, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When King Nebuchadnezzar tried to throw them in the fiery furnace, when they did not worship his golden image, yes, it was evil that he threw them in the fiery furnace, but once pressure was applied and he turned up the fiery furnace 7 times more than he usually does, God showed up in the situation. That same fire that burned the men that threw him in there is the same fire that produced the pressure for God to show up in the situation. They came out unsinged. And after that, King Nebuchadnezzar began to worship the God that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego served. Ultimately in the Bible, sometimes when pressure is applied, you may not see or think that God is in that situation, but God is in the situation through the whole process. I would say with Job, Job through the whole process was thinking like, I'm an upright man. I've been, before the Lord this whole time. Why is this happening to me? So sometimes pressure is there for purpose. The whole process, Job had a complaint, but after the fact, God doubled everything he had before, and he was able to come out of the situation, as a child of God, like the one that he was. Pressure produces purpose. So what is it that is being applied to your life? What kind of pressure is being applied to you, and what purpose could possibly be the outcome of it? Most people that have written books, they've written books out of their pressure that was applied to their life because it produced a purpose for somebody else, because most people go through the same thing often. Like, some go through domestic violence, some have been in car accidents, some go through illnesses. There are things that people go through, and they need to hear your story in order to apply pressure to their situation, to produce pressure for themselves. So what is it that you're being applied pressure to that you just need to go through? Sometimes we try to get out of pressure because it's uncomfortable. It's not a situation you want to be in. Usually when pressure is applied, you try to run from it. But let's say that the pressure is applied and you don't run from it, and purpose is produced out of that pressure. It's amazing. It's godlike. It's supernatural. And you get to see the hand of God, the work of God. In the Bible, God had many men of God that went through things and pressure was applied. I always revert back to Apostle Paul because he went through a lot. So did Jesus. Jesus was crucified. And then thereafter, he showed, I want to say Simon Peter, I'm not sure. He showed him his hands. And he was like, do you believe it's me? Look at my hands. You can see it's me. And what I want to say in that is that person had to believe that after the pressure was applied to Jesus, that the purpose was manifest, that he was raised on the 3rd day. So what is it that you need to believe God for, that pressure is being applied, that you need to believe him for the purpose? With me, I'm believing God for purpose of my ministry, purpose of books, purpose of family, just growing as a person. I will say that pressure was applied to me to finish my book for a devotion for women, which it will be processed, the high heels to a perfect woman. I'm really excited about this because I could have used this book as a woman going through pressure for purpose to be applied. So I'm glad I could use it and give it to other women. But God was kind of like, I'll do you even one better. It will be similar to like having women conferences for high heels, because sometimes women need to hear from other women, and I don't see it a lot. I see it, but not a lot, for encouragement and uplifting from one woman to another. You know what I'm saying? So to produce that pressure and purpose, to devote your time to God and devote your time to other people, it is a lot of pressure, but it also produces purpose. The purpose is for us all to walk in love. I think in the Bible, most of every scenario, everything in the Bible, was the greatest commandment, and that's to love your neighbor as yourself and love God with all your mind, heart, body, and soul. So allow the pressure to flow and produce purpose. Much love. Be blessed. God's love. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I think I should do the YouTube thing, like subscribe and like. I got all my social media below. You guys enjoy your day.